So as the visitor says here,
Stage is set.
we're obviously getting more teasers for the build-up of obviously the end of season event, and of course, Fortnite Chapter 7 Season 3, which actually is now confirmed, unless this is a rug pull moment, because there was a few people talking yesterday that, oh my god, at the end of this trailer, of course, I kind of clicked off this a little bit too early. At the end of this trailer, it did obviously say, when the island breaks, another begins, which a lot of people, and we did talk about it in the last video, maybe another island and maybe Chapter 8. But I feel like it's more of a, when one door closes, another opens. So I guess the dynamics of next season will be very different, which gives the impression of another island, another rule, another beginning sort of thing, than being a new chapter, a new island. Unless this is like a rug pull and it's going to be Chapter 7 Season 3 and then all of a sudden, boom. But this is not the only teaser we've got from this. We've also got another one, which is this one, which shows the sprites returning. This was actually teased to us, or a little Easter egg, I suppose, in this trailer, when the Dark Voyager is looking for the 3rd out of 7 zero shards, when we find out there's only 7 of them in this same video. Thing here, I will guess my webcam's in the way here, so I'm just going to quickly find a way to move that out the way. Okay, I can go cam this for a second. So yeah, we did find out that there was 7 shards from this trailer, but what we also found out is this. Okay, that was easy. So we have Sprite Utopia. This is absolutely water sprite composition, so that's apparently what it said, by the way. Which turns out actually it wasn't, because I guess that's why they put it in there, because they knew that the sprites would return in Season 3. So Fortnite, it wasn't BS. But this also has got me thinking, have they dropped any other sort of little Easter eggs for further along seasons in trailer? And obviously apart from this one, another big one for me would be the one before this, I do believe. So this trailer, we see the Ice King walking through his castle, going through the characters he has frozen. And obviously one of them is the prisoner, who we sometimes in the community, because of the contrast with the Ice King, called a Fire King. And obviously this is a fire emblem, and you know, it's got kind of a hot head, which obviously the prisoners does also have. Also, strange enough, the Origin also has the same sort of thing going on, as well as the Dark Voyager. Something else I do want to mention here is that it's obviously meant to be a summer season. Like, this is our summer season. And you can sort of see with how they've done this sort of runner's text, like it's like that. You know, when you look into a distance, it's a really hot day and you get that sort of weird sort of, I don't even know what it's called, but I'm sure you know what I mean, where it looks like there's lines and it's like so hot that it's like almost the air itself is steaming. Again, I don't know what you call this. But we obviously got this sprite here, which is a great contrast with this red. And, you know, we can see palm trees, which is already on the map anyway, with obviously the Californian feel that this map has. But we also have this blue hue, which is a lot less smaller than the reds. So maybe it is talking about we're changing between the Ice King and now onto the prisoner. And obviously this event coming up is called Shattered, which, as we know from the trailer, the Ice King does shatter the island with the Infinity Blade. But I have been saying maybe it's a double entendre. It means many things, like shattering the rest of the ice pillars that he has in his castle, which would release the Fire King, or the prisoner, from his captivity, as well as Aurella, and obviously the Devourer skeleton, and the pillar behind the Devourer as well. And there's also a secret pillar, which we still haven't seen, but we have seen that one of the updates did show that this wall is meant to go. But obviously, I guess that's a next season thing. So definitely confirms to me that the Ice King's castle still has to be there next season and won't be replaced. It would be pretty weird if it is replaced. Now, obviously, we're still talking about the secret identity of the visitor. A vague one, I suppose, or out there one, I keep saying, is Geno, or another version of Geno from another reality. A reality where instead of becoming the leader of the Imagined Order, he obviously set up the Seven with, you know, his daughters. And, you know, that's why he's obviously being overly hard on this version of the Order. Because, obviously, you've got to understand, I know some people in my video has commented things like, oh, the accent's different. Like, yeah, but he's from a different reality. And I don't think accents aren't that important, I would argue. I would also see arguments of people saying, oh, but Geno wouldn't do that. I'm not saying he's our Geno. I'm saying he's an alternate reality version of Geno. But I think that'd be cool because then if he gets more aggressive with the Dark Voyager, and obviously his whole thing is he needs to destroy the Dark Voyager, so wouldn't then Geno start to go, oh, but then I can get the Zero, and then we get another sort of Oathbound scenario where we're sort of learning what Geno did prior, you know, how the Aegis Champion operated, and also how Geno would operate as well, but learning that through a snapshot or through an alternate version. I think that'd be kind of a cool way of, you know, seeing his drive. Like, we know Geno controlled a 0 point, but what made him do that? Did someone kill his family or his other family, his wife? Because obviously we don't know their mother. Like, this would be a catalyst, like the Dark Voyager destroying worlds and this and that and the other. And it's like, well, I have to control that 0 point. Because there's also an argument with this, the alternate version of the 7. Is actually this going to turn out to be our visitor anyway? And it's a chromed 7, and we do the whole corrupted 7 arc instead. There's so many ways they can take this. It's really exciting. But if it is just turns out to be an alternate version of the 7, the one thing that is an issue is that R7 was there to protect the 0 point. So that can't be another 7's job. So there has to be another sort of reason as to why an S7 group, you know, became a thing. If they do go more into this alternate 7 and not be like a rug pull, and it turned out that this is actually our corrupted visitor and it's been all lies this whole time. Or no, what I would argue is this is really weird.
And we won't know until we do some recon. Over and out.
You need to stay away from the Dark Voyager. That's an order.
What?
The visitor is meant to be the general of his 7, isn't it? So it does sound like the Origin. Because this bit's almost a play for play.
Get out of here! That's an order!
Like, there's two similar things to say. And I feel like the other one saying that's the order, the visitor, is kind of forced. Like, why would you... I mean, it makes sense. It's just, I'm overlooking it. But I feel like, I don't know, just listen back to his voice lines. The more I listen back to them now, the more I feel like Fortnite is trying to tell us something through the voice lines. Just how he's speaking, how he's presenting himself. Like, it's definitely meant to make us think this guy isn't who he says he is. And obviously, there was a whole thing about the Dark Voyager having a master who could be Geno, could be the corrupted Origin, or the Cube King Origin, or the Nothing. Something's going on here. So there's a good few ways they can take it. Or it just turned out that it's a thing for Ben. And but yeah, someone did mention, I did see someone in the comments saying how heavy the helmet did drop on the floor.
The stage is...
Like, he's almost... How heavy that dropped, it's like he's holding it in his hands by his knee, and he's just sort of dropped it. Like he's almost defeated sort of thing. I don't know. Anyway, this video is not about that. It's about, you know, the possibility of what this sprite means. Does it mean the Fire King? I feel like that will be a nice little tie-up. And obviously, the Ice King has the prisoner locked in his ice chamber sort of thing. I don't even know, a status? What would you call that? A block of ice? I guess we have to wait and see what happens at the live events. But one last thing would be... Okay, this is a good one. The Voyaging Reaper. Now we're getting a fire vibe for this season. Maybe Runners is about a ton of people escaping the Ice King's collection, including the prisoner. Which we was kind of talking about, but yeah, Aurelia is also elemental in some way as well. We obviously know some of the elementals now are starting to actually come into the game. Something a fan favorite theory for years because of the Ice King's Round Table, like Knights of Round Table, King Arthur, and that sort of thing. But obviously, Lady Rinfrost and her literal back bling is called something elemental something. And of course, we had the Elemental Court as well come out this season. Lady Flamespark, Lady Waveflow, and obviously they keep using, you know, Lady Rinfrost, and then the next season we have Flamespark and Waveflow, is obviously pointing towards something. Elemental balance, power at your feet. Oh, I almost forgot about saying. I now can't find it. Oh no, see, there's another Sprite teaser. So the water, is this the same one coming back? Is this the water teaser? Sorry, is it the water Sprite? Is this the Sprite that's already been? I'm gonna have to check it in a minute, but. There we go. I almost forgot about this. Power isn't given, it's taken. And obviously it's kind of cool that the Elemental Court pack is also saying stuff like that. And the fact that we've got this sort of huey red, the blue, and obviously sprites are being shown as the teasers as well. Oh yeah, no, it's the same one. It's a recurring water sprite. So obviously we're gonna probably have more of an elemental feel this season, which obviously was a big thing in Chapter 6 with the Spirit Realm. And obviously how sprites are connected to spirits, as well as also being connected to an elemental force as well, like wind, water. So obviously really interesting stuff. I feel sprites are a really cool thing that they're almost like Funko Pops, but for Fortnite. Like, you can brand them anything. Like, the Superman one's just, you know, add a cape to it and it looks like any IP. It's like a Funko Pop sort of thing. What am I trying to say? It's like, you know, you can market these really well, these sprites. So I don't even know why I got rid of them in the first place, but obviously it was because of the story, I suppose. So Tofu Chris says, the teasers have no reference to shop-like activity or Team Ice King's lack of skill. Thanks, man. But anyway, let me know what you think about this development this season, Chapter 7, Season 3. Has kind of been announced, I guess, unless it's a rug pull and it actually turns out to be Chapter 8, which, again, I'm very unlikely, but a little bit of a possibility. But guys, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Until next time, it has been your boy, Mr. JRY. Until next time, bye-bye!